Hello, everyone. I am so excited to join you today. I'm Jackie Bailey with Transformational Coaching by Jackie, and I get to share some of the great business folks that I've been meeting through my BNI network and just owning my own business in coaching world. And I had the pleasure of meeting this dynamic photographer the other week when we were doing a virtual Zoom, and I thought, wow, what a great person to highlight and share with all of you. She's a fellow New Jerseyan, but we don't live quite in the same county. And I thought, let's just share about Elly's business and let you guys get to know her a little bit. And hopefully, maybe it's something if you're looking for a photographer in the New Jersey area or elsewhere, she can always hook you up with one of her colleagues and just learn a little bit more about Elly. So I give you Elly Dream of Elly's Dream Portraits and Photography. And Elly, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm still trying to figure out how to share it on my own page. I need to learn a lot of those things from you. Well, I'm a contemporary portrait photographer with a studio in Middletown, New Jersey, and I specialize in bringing what is unique and genuine in people, customizing it to their final goals in an artistic way.
Wow, that's beautiful. And I love, folks, I hopefully will get a chance to share your website and some of the other information so folks can go ahead and take a look at that. You mentioned already where your business is located. What are your hours, et cetera? How do people get in touch with you?
Best way to get in touch with me is obviously on my website, and there is a special form they can fill out. Hours, honestly, it's I work on my client schedule. So usually the two genres that I work with, which is high-end professional business branding and headshots designed to attract the ideal client, and the family work. So the business headshots I usually do during the week, and families occupy my weekends. And when it comes to families, I am deeply, deeply passionate to allocate my Saturdays and Sundays to capture what makes them unique and preserve it as a custom art that is specifically designed with the interior design of their home in mind.
Oh, that's what I love, that some of the photography that I looked at that you've done has just been so amazing. You can really capture, spending 30 plus years in the corporate world, I think I shared with you, I never, maybe rarely ever had a headshot that I truly loved because it just was so sterile and didn't ever bring it out. So, I've seen some of the ones that you've done, and you can just really tell how you capture people's personalities. So you mentioned those two basic different services. Are there any other services that you offer besides the families and the corporate type of photography?
Nope. Being everybody's doing everything means pleasing no one. So I specialize in those two things. And people usually reach out to me either from the corporate world when they need their headshots to be updated, when they are trying to bring their career to the new level, an entrepreneur who is trying to make his business attract the clientele that actually is rightful type of services he provides, or a family that wants to, that I usually say that I love working with busy parents, busy moms and dads who insanely love their family, insanely proud of their home, and would love to ensure that they get to preserve what matters to them as art to be passed down the generations.
Oh, how beautiful, how beautiful. And you even go to people's homes, obviously, right? You have mentioned that you do that to look to see where the portrait may be hanging and things like that.
I do. The first consultation that we usually have, I either do it in my studio where I prefer to do the work itself, or in the client's home where we get to walk through the house and find the ideal places for those portraits to hang. And I get to learn about the family a lot more, which is the whole point, to understand what makes them different, how they relate to each other, what do they like to do together, how we can bring it out in an artistic way.
Nice, very nice. What got you started in photography?
Oh my God. Well, I could talk forever how I got my first real camera at 10, and I was dunking the photo paper and solution in a kitchen table. And that was, of course, 10 years ago. No, that was more than twice than that. Well, college dark rooms is not what the guys usually think it is. It's lots of dusty apparatuses and chemicals. And I was that annoying bridesmaid that was nagging behind the official photographer, trying to tell him of a better angle or getting the images later included in his beautiful big albums. Most instrumental always has been that I am absolutely insatiable when it comes to knowledge. I love learning. I'm quite a bit of a nerd. I insanely love art. And I'm always passionate about finding meaning, what really matters. So photography is endless and it combines all of those. My shelves are covered with photography art books. The number of classes I did, the certifications that I took, and at the same time, I feel that I barely scratched the surface and just starting to understand what it's all about and where the real meaning comes to be.
Very good. Great. What made you want to start your own business?
Oh, well, just like you, I started in the corporate world and I was suffocating because you probably remember how the project that you pour your heart and soul into becomes yesterday's news long before you even finish it. The family portraiture only grows in value with each passing year. And I hope for my images to outlive me, you, the adorable little subject it portrays. And whenever I create a maternity album, I usually tell to the mom straight away, as artistic, as beautiful, as much as you enjoyed, it is not for you. It's for an eternity. It is for that grandchild of yours that one day will have the nagging question, where did I come from? That hopefully once he find this answer will help stop him from a bad decision, or it will infuse him with confidence, just like your own children, by being reminded where are we all from, what it's all about, what's motivating us. And for you, for the parents, every day to be walked by these portraits on their wall, seeing their loved ones and being reminded why they created this crazy thing called family in the first place. What will help them not strangle the teenager tonight? What they love the most about each and every one of them. It infuses children with confidence. It helps parents to get through the daily challenges. And it only becomes more and more special and meaningful as time goes by.
Wow. Folks, can you tell how much she loves what she does? It just exudes as you talk about, Elly. Things that I would have never even thought about. You know, we think about generational portraits, right? I love seeing, you know, my great grandparents and different things. And many of us don't know, you know, because nobody ever writes it down or details where some things are from. But it's so interesting when you go into homes or, you know, see family portraits of previous generations. I mean, we're so used to the instant gratification, I think, these days. Oh, you take a picture, but it's all on our phones, right? It's not hanging on a wall, and just taking the time to go back through your own phone and look at your photos, and it brings back such memories. And thinking about hanging something beautiful like that up on your wall or on your office space to remind you, like you said, why are you here? What are you doing it for? To be that daily reminder, and then also to be that generational legacy that you're leaving to people. That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. What makes, I think you already touched on this, but I'll ask you anyhow, you know, what makes your services different?
Just what you said, focusing on the end result. Today's photography industry is just flooded with exactly what you said, with cheap services where clients are overwhelmed with hundreds of digitals on the online galleries. Our children are growing on our phones, and it results in another heap of corrupted junk on the hard drives. If your house is on fire, you will not be reaching for that hard drive. Once your children are safe, once your pet is out of the house, you're going to grab those portraits. You're going to go for those albums. You're going to go for those memories. So overwhelmed, overspending, confused parents who get millions of images, whether that's business images, don't know what to do with them. And the confused mind says no. They end up printing nothing, retaining nothing, with those images getting corrupted. What makes dream experience, how I love to call it, in my studio different, we offer to take care of all the visuals, whether that's a business professional or a family. For a business professional, we're going to analyze the brand. We're going to define an ideal client, dive into the psychology of color to select the right outfits, backdrops, and most important, expression. Well, attracting a real senior is going to be very different from speaking volumes to a high school senior. And we have to make sure that the images that we create attract the right people to our businesses, bringing it to the new level. And it's just too sad to look at LinkedIn and see a fabulous professional whose image looks as if she is a perfect date for a frat party, as opposed to somebody who can sell you a home or lead your company to successful financial career. So when it comes to families, I love to go to inside the home, analyze the style, the energy of that family, what are kids' passions, what makes each of them unique and special. We dive deep into daily dynamic, and as a result, there are no cheesy smiles or those canned expressions. It's a fun, memorable experience, and we have music and games and prizes, which makes it super, super special. So I believe designing with the end in mind, whether that's specific materials we need for a business professional or for a family, and taking care for those busy parents, busy people, every step of the way, from the initial consultation, where we get to analyze those things, to the final result, where I am reaching out to the marketing department to make sure that the images that I submit are in the right resolution and right, whether that's vertical, horizontal, large, small, whatever works best for their final needs. If that's a family, we're going to have a professional installer come in and hang it on the walls of their house exactly as we envisioned it during our viewing appointment. And the long-term result, what are we doing next year? What are we going to do once the kid grows up? It's not the point to cover the whole house in one session. The point is to think it through. What are we going to do once the kid loses teeth? Once he grows up to be a teenager, once he moves out to college, what he gets to take with him, what it is that is going to speak volumes to her, and how her raise her confidence through those tween years. So the best part is this all-inclusive service, from beginning to end, empowering everybody for the best.
Great. Well, thanks for explaining all that. What is something that people should know prior to going to a photo shoot?
That's excellent. Well, my goal is to make it as easy as possible for them to get the best value for their investment and the most helpful results. So I'll guide them through the entire experience, and all they have to do is to answer lots and lots of questions that I ask. Then I'll be able to design everything that they need, tell them which outfits to bring, what will work best for their brand, for their home, for their children, and just to keep track of these goals, to let me know in advance what is the most important. It's a LinkedIn profile shot or email signature one needs very different expression that will look good on a billboard or even on a website, as in a large, something big. And I photograph very, very differently for the album that the family will help, that gets all different little expressions and in-between moments, than I do for a fireplace or for the statement piece above the sofa. So one thing that I like to tell parents is not to prep children or husbands.
Oh.
Not tell them to behave. Just no judgment is going to be passed. I like to say that it's going to be a fun family experience, and for the next 2 hours, we're not raising moral human beings. We're just taking pictures and having fun. And children love that. I'll engage them. We're going to have all those special games, they wouldn't want to leave. And usually husbands who are dreading it in the beginning, especially watching mom going crazy with all the outfits, ordering the entire store, bringing it back, all of a sudden they leave saying they didn't expect it to be so much fun after all. All the hugs, all these special moments, I would love for the families to remember when they look back at those images. So it's important to start with the right mindset.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's great. Great advice. And sounds like you really work well with your clients to help prep them appropriately for their photo shoot. That's terrific. What would you, what is something that in your field that people commonly misunderstand or overlook?
One thing that I'm constantly fighting against is this "we'll decide later." This is just inability to decide at all. That's what ends up with hundreds of images on the hard drive in the first place. Let's shoot everything and then we'll think. Well, we'll pick what we love. You'll love everything. But the images that we do, with the work that we're going to create, curate, painstakingly finish it to the absolute perfection, reprint it 16 times if necessary. And yes, I do that. And you'll see lots of the example of me opening a portrait saying, oh, it's so beautiful, and then ordering the next morning a copy because there was a tiny little scratch on the floor as I was photographing it that now is glaring at me, and we have to remove it and we have to fix it. So, or the skin tone is not as accurate for this particular client. So it's like reaching for a goal. If a client of yours, or if a ship is trying, if it has a navigation map, if it knows where it's going, if it has a timetable, one day earlier or later, it will get there. The ship that just wants to sail on a wind probably is going to drown on the way out of the harbor. So it's the same thing. Why stress the kids, yourself, with things you don't care for? If all you need is a business card image, let's concentrate on that. You're going to come back once that website is ready and finished, and we'll take more images specifically custom designed for that. If all you care is a fireplace portrait then of the entire family, let's not take every individual image that you won't know what to do with. Let's just concentrate on what makes. Let's keep it a short session, but more enjoyable one, leaving all of you guys want to come back for more when you're ready for that special album preserving every expression.
Yeah, great tips. Yeah, we can get, oh, we're doing this, right? And everybody gets, well, we got to do everything. And that's not the case, right? Focus on what's important. I love that.
It will be next year.
There you go. Absolutely. What would you tell someone that's looking to book an appointment with you?
Don't put it off. The best time to do it is now. Just like your health needs attention now. If you're going to worry about it, I keep trying to say it to my teen. I know you can devour anything and right now get away with it. One day you won't. So think about it now. Same thing here. Losing those 10 pounds, you'll get 10 years of wrinkles while that happens. Better yet, schedule the session, hire Jackie for the best results. And kids looking at those images will never say, oh my God, mom shouldn't have taken those images because she had 10 extra pounds in her booty.
Yeah.
They say, oh my God, mom is so beautiful. She's hugging me. The way she looks at me, that means the world to me. And those 10 pounds, honestly, I can do with just lighting and posing alone. Or better yet, again, get Jackie and get them off permanently.
Yeah, right. And that was one of the things, just to share with folks. I mean, as Elly and I started talking, I was thinking, gosh, as my clients lose weight and look fabulous, feel fabulous, right. What a great way to, capture that moment. And because many of us spent years hiding from photography, or putting the kids in front, or the desk, or whatever you could hide behind, because no one can tell that I have that booty sticking out there. And one, that's not true, and two, hey, work with me for a little bit, you'll be ready for next year's holiday pictures with Elly, and have just a beautiful memory, and be so proud of your accomplishments. So I love that tie-in. Thanks so much. Any particular client success you'd like to share with folks?
Honestly, the best one happened just a couple of weeks ago. I photographed a lot of medical students. Those guys are they are the guys in most competitive degrees are there for a reason. They are smart. So they understand how a high quality headshot helps to secure them a spot in the hospital of their dreams. And just a few weeks ago, there was a matching ceremony, and a lot of them were reaching out saying that they got into, oh my God, Harvard, Michigan, San Francisco, San Diego, the most coveted and most prestigious programs in the country. Well, it felt super special to see each and every one of those kids I photographed, and I call them kids. Some of them have children of their own. They're coming back for their families now. But they were ripping their envelopes and beaming shiny smiles as they see those incredible names written on it. Cream of the crop schools on their lists. And I have a whole collection of stories and raves from business professionals who get a better job or a promotion or attracted the clients of their dream, or a girl on Tinder that wouldn't otherwise even look at them, just from gaining the good, professional, confident headshot. And I love watching kids change over the years. Some of the children I started photographing as little bumps inside their mom's stomachs are leaving for college this year. It's bittersweet and super special.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Elly, for sharing so much. You can just tell your passion and your love for what you do. And I am so glad that you and I had a chance to get to know each other, and look forward to our future collaborations and things. I'll go ahead and put your contact information in the chat information on the Facebook page. And then as we share this in different places, we'll be able to have folks be able to contact you. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to Elly. You'll see her contact information on my Facebook page and elsewhere as we post this up. So everyone, have a great rest of your day. Think about those smiles and moments you want to capture as the summertime comes around, and hook up with my good friend here, Elly. Thanks so much. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Jackie, thank you. I feel honored and super special about it. And yes, you're totally right. Everybody looking at this, guys, you need to get in touch with Jackie to give yourself a good reason for celebration. And then let's come and celebrate it together with something for you to remember over the years.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.